Morning, Broad Street. Create win-win solutions. Today I'm with Kim Johnson, and we're going to talk about this week's fundamental. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
So thanks for being here with me today. My question for you is, can you describe an example of a win-win situation?
Yes. So every year, first week of October, is our budget meeting where we sit in a conference room and we go over budgets. And it just so happens that accounting also needs estimated CAMREX from me, all in this same time period. So we came up with a solution where I could participate in the reviewing of the budgets and I could give accounting what they need. So for a week, they set up screens for me in the conference room and I get everything done. I do budgets and I do CAMREX. So that's an example.
Right, so that was a win-win for everyone involved.
Yes.
Sounds good. So in preparing for today's chat, I found out that there are a few steps that we can follow to help us reach a win-win situation. And so the first step is to clearly define the problem and the underlying interest of both parties. Seeing the problem from the other person's point of view, remembering the other person's goals, evaluating your expectations, identify the key issues and concerns, and finally, determining what results would make a fully acceptable solution for both parties. So now I have one follow-up question for you. Do you think a win-win solution is always possible? Why or why not?
Okay, so for me, I think you have to care about yourself and others when you want a win-win situation and show that you trust and respect and you don't attack the person, you attack the issue, whatever that may be. Of course, I think there are situations where you have to be the loser. Like we talked before, like if you're in a sport or something, there's always going to be a loser. But as far as I think in the workforce anyway, if someone, I don't want to say it's selfish, but they're not really a team player, then there can be not a win-win situation. And I will say, for me personally, with Broad Street, everybody that I have worked for at Broad Street and Broad Street as a whole, I'm able to have a work-life balance, and everybody at Broad Street has always taken care of me, meaning if I have something in my personal life that has to be taken care of, they make sure I take care of it. And in return, I'm willing to work very hard for Broad Street because I want them to succeed. So yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So it is easy to have or easier to have a win-win situation in business when you have a good working relationship with your coworkers, right?
Yes. Yes.
And so a win-win solution kind of in general is a result that is good for everyone involved. And the best example of a win-win situation is where equal needs for each side are met. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and so as I always do, I'm going to close with several quotes that resonate or speak to this week's fundamental. The first one is by Stephen Covey. Win-win is a belief in the third alternative. It's not your way or my way. It's a better way, a higher way. And the next one is from Jimmy Carter. Unless both sides win, no agreement can be permanent. And above all else, align with customers. Win when they win only when they win. Jeff Bezos. And the final one is from Karl Lagerfeld, and you have to kind of think this one because it doesn't necessarily is so easy to follow. But anyway, dieting is the only game where you win when you lose. So generally speaking, if you lose, that's not associated with winning. But in dieting, if you lose, that's an example of winning.
Yes.
So again, Kim, I want to thank you for joining me on this week's weekly Insight video. Broad Street, create win-win solutions and have a win-win week.
Thank you.